next question I have is just how do you even approach teaching a human being how to be an ape? Like, where does the process start for you?
It really starts, by formatting the human, or deformatting the human, if I should say, because we have a lot of conditioning as we grow up, and a lot of, from the way we walk to the way we behave, are conditioned in response to our environment. And when you teach physical acting, the one thing that you do is get the actor through a process of physical exercises that help you become more aware of your body. And in being aware of the body, you become aware of where those conditionings are. And you can actually drop them, change the way you walk, change it. You can play with that. And so the idea is you create an empty vessel. You create, an actor that has perfect neutrality, as much as humanly possible, because it's hard to achieve. And once you get there, then it's easy to start layering in whatever animal you're going to play. In our case, an ape. And there were different apes, and so we used, depending on the typecasting, whether, who was casted to be an orangutan had, those capabilities, and the same with the gorillas and the chimpanzees, of course. Yeah.
And how important was it to teach them not to only understand the characteristics of maybe the specific ape they were doing, but to kind of infuse their own energy in it, to create their own specific ape and that character?
So in the process of becoming an ape for an actor, there's a moment where, as he becomes familiar with the physiology of the ape, with the way they move, with the way they react with nature, and with the way they just basically react to their environment, it allows the actor to start having his personality naturally slide into the ape.
Okay.
And this is exactly what you're looking for. And once the actor has done that, and since he's been casted for the part, then we get into the specifics of that character. I usually do improvisations where I just question them, as if I met them for the first time. And who are you? And what's your favorite fruit? And what makes you angry? What makes you happy? And as apes, they have to tell me. And it's quite challenging for the actor, but at the same time, it's quite revealing, because it helps. Suddenly, the character starts finding what it is. And so you have two beings inside the same body. There's the ape, and there's the actor in his life, and they're sharing and creating, a beautiful character with all the richness of both worlds.
It's funny because as we're talking, I'm suddenly incredibly aware of like every movement I'm making, right?
Yes.
And as you were saying, the built-in. So let's go ahead and just get started.
Let's try this.
I just want to see what it's like.
Yeah.
So I do have a back injury and an arm injury, so I have to work with both of those.
Well, and I'll do what I do with actors. I incorporate what they are, what their attributes are, to get them to play their character.
All right.
And so we'll start. Your feet are good. Your legs are good.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, they're fine.
Shoulder width.
Okay.
Okay. Now I want you to just feel your feet on the ground and how they connect to the ground.
Okay.
And feel, just your mind goes in your feet, and you're like, okay, this is the ground. I'm feeling it like I would put my hands on the ground. Okay. And then imagine you're adding actually a thumb. Your feet are now hands, because this is what happens to primates. They still have hands for feet.
Okay. Yeah.
Which is really interesting. It helps them grab branches and and so now you're connected here. And just position your body so that you really rest on this segment very comfortably. Bend your knees a little bit. Now we're getting the proportions of the animal.
Okay.
Right? And you have an injury on your right elbow.
Yes. Tennis elbow.
You have a tennis elbow?
Yep.
Oh God, I've got some exercises for you.
I will take them.
Okay, well, we'll do that. Just show this.
Okay.
Yeah, but naturally, like how would you just protect it, right?
Keep it close.
Yeah. And you have a back injury?
Yeah, up here.
In the neck? Okay. Which causes you to do what exactly? What do you feel like?
I have to not put too much pressure going down.
Okay, so you have to keep it here. Okay, interesting. And that would be, I would have to make you a lady gorilla then.
Okay.
because this is their natural resting place for the head.
Okay.
And so the next thing we're going to do, because it's a gorilla, gorillas have their shoulders forward like this, very much so. And so you can rest your head in the back and do it with just one hand. You can put that shoulder forward, right? We good?
Uh-huh.
And we're ready to move.
Okay.
Now, one thing that happens with primates as they walk, and we're going to learn to walk really quickly, and you're also going to relearn to walk because you forgot that you fell a lot of times before you could walk. So the idea is that you shift your balance to one side so that you can move the foot and not fall over.
Okay.
So that's what happens to babies. And same thing to the other side. So I want you to just shift from side to side and think of your gorilla.
Okay.
And just look forward and have that head resting back. Proud. Okay, and we're ready to walk.
Okay.
Now as you walk, one thing that happens is the primates don't have much of torsion because their hip bones are really high,
Okay.
and there's very little space between the ribs and the hip bones.
Okay.
So they're kind of limited that way. So they have a tendency to either have hips that remaining, in the case of the gorilla, really straight as they walk, but also that the shoulder follows whatever movement the hips are having, as
Okay.
opposed to human beings that kind of cross, you know. Yeah.
Okay.
So let's do that again. And
I don't think
then
I'd be a very good ape.
you'd be surprised. Okay, so there we go, and we have the head back. The pride of the gorilla, the lady gorilla. You're the alpha female. And there you go. And you're walking. And you could make it flow. Just go from one side to the other. And here we are.
Yeah, I did have one other question, just because, so that's being an ape, but you've also got kind of more primeval humans that have kind of almost regressed. So how did you approach creating their movements?
Yeah, we called them the feral humans.
Okay.
It was deconstruction. My first aim was to deconstruct
So the
anything
same
that is
approach that you have
conditioned.
with the
It's the
ape.
same approach.
Okay.
But then I put them in nature and taught them not to name anything and just be there in pure relationship with what they see and what they hear and smell and feel, just as it is, not with a concept of it.
Okay.
And then exist in that space, ground their feet, and feel being one with nature, basically. I had to teach them how to run, how to walk, to just let go of everything that's conditioned. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
All right.
it was a very beautiful process.
All right. Great. Thank you so much. It was
You're
really
so
great
welcome.
meeting you.
You're a good student.
Thank you.
Remember that in life. You use what you have.
Yeah.
It can be an advantage.
Okay. All right. Thanks so much.